I have a very Ben Stiller-like story about the time I met Kat's parents. So as everyone knows, Kat is my current partner, living girlfriend. And this was a long time ago. And whenever I say that things that I was nervous about meeting her parents, people are like, Craig, what are you worried about? You do great with parents. I bet you do great with parents. And you're damn right I do. Parents love me. I know that about myself.
Craig,
I'm
my
comfortable
mom
in my
loves
skin.
you. She loves you.
Right? I don't know what it is. I haven't cultivated this for myself. It's just a thing. I'm not going to fight it. But it had been literally years since I had met a partner's parents, right? Because my ex before that didn't really talk to her parents at all, right? And then like another multi-year relationship with that, and I would have met them at the beginning, right? So it's just like, I think it was like 5 or 6 years between actually meeting a romantic partner's parents. So Kat invites me to meet her parents, and I'm like, oh, that's all great. And for some reason, it came to that they were coming to Toronto, but they were coming to Toronto for her dad's, I forget what birthday it was, but it was a big one, right? I think like it was his 70th birthday or something like that. And so we go to this restaurant, and he's got all his friends from his entire life there, right? Just sitting at this big table. And they sit me next to him for some reason. And he clearly just wants to catch up with all these friends that he hasn't seen for quite some time. And he goes, nice to meet you, Craig. Where do you work right now? And I, through the course of conversation, and I told him, and his exact reaction to that was, oh, we just protested what they're doing right now. And I was just like, oh, no. So then I sat there kind of in like, awkward silence. I think I stuttered out some sort of offense. I was like, well, I don't really work for that part of it, but like, anyway. And he's like, so then he's obviously occupied with his friends and celebrating his birthday and all the rest. He doesn't necessarily want to get to know his daughter's new boyfriend. So his Kat's parents, realizing this, invite me out to lunch the next day, right? So it's just Kat, myself, and her mom and dad. And we sit down to lunch and everything's going fine. And then I make some ill-advised joke about how people with MBAs, like business degrees, right? And I say something about them not being very good or kind of useless. And Kat's mom speaks up and says, I have an MBA. And I was like, oh, fucking hell.
You hit both.
You're smarter than this, Craig. You know not to do this, is what I'm saying to myself. And I'm just like, please like me. And then this is the point that I just thought, oh my God, I've screwed this up so bad. This was the time when if you're not from Toronto, there was the Pan Am Games. It's like the kind of an Olympic style thing, and it like really fucked up traffic for Toronto to the point where they had all these multi vehicle lanes that you could only be in if you had like more than one person in the car. So I was talking about how like traffic was so bad now because of this and all the rest. And Kat's dad goes, well, you know what you should do is just get a sex doll and sit it in the front seat. And I just, like, Kat describes it as just the blood draining from my head. I was like, oh my God, like, did I say that? Like, did I somehow implicate that? And I was just like, I don't know how to react to this. I know this is not a joke I would make in front of Kat's parents. And then Kat, without missing a beat, goes, so just repeat. He says, you should drive with a sex doll in the front seat. And Kat, without missing a beat, goes, I have a name, Dad. And that's the point where I was just like, no.
Yes! Oh, beautifully executed. 10 out of 10 stuck the landing. Incredible.
Oh, but like I was just so embarrassed, like secondhand embarrassment. And that's when I realized they don't care, right? They're fun-loving people. I can honestly say we get along great now. Her and her dad, we often talk about Victorian sewers and the design of this. Like we get into some weird kind of stuff, very niche sort of construction and all that stuff. So yeah, it worked out. It worked out fine, but it was definitely a Ben Stiller moment for meeting parents. This is very good news to tell. I got my first dose, everybody, of the vaccine.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yes.
And I felt the best that I have ever felt in the last 14 months after it. And I don't know if it was the vaccine. Probably not, considering that the side effects are to not feel good. But I think it was. I'm not going to discount that this was the first collective experience that I have had in about a year and a half. Right? Because, oh my God, this was I was ecstatic. So what happened was we've heard of this this clinic that was open that we could get our vaccines at. So it ended up being me, our producer Andrew, and Diana as well. We all piled in a car like last minute and like drove up to where it was. And we get there and we get into line and we're like, oh, well, you know, we're ready. I didn't drink any coffee in the morning because I'm like, I'm ready to stand outside and I don't want to have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, like, and we're like, but they just let us right in. And then it was this church, this Pentecostal church. And we went in and they have you all seated like you're getting ready for an exam, right? They're all 6 feet apart, but they're all spaced out and you're in this big room all looking forward. And so like everyone's just like, but the mood is just like giddy with everybody in there. So we're all sitting down and like we're joking about how like, oh, you know, like it's in a church, so they're going to try and like convert us first. You know what I mean? Like we're going to have to sit. It's like you'll get the vaccine, but you'll have to sit through the presentation. So like,
it's like a timeshare.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we were saying. So like, and then, you know, it is a church. So like as they're getting ready, so 9:00 is when they let us in, but like the vaccinations didn't start till 10. So they're just kind of getting things going and like people set up and whatnot. So they let us in, they let us sit down and they just start playing the music over the PA system that they have. And it's kind of just whatever music the church has, right? So it's like a lot of like soft instrumental of like old hymns or like, you know, pop songs, but like done in that very like nice piano floaty sort of way.
Yeah.
And then 10:00 hits when they're supposed to start doing the vaccines. And the tone shift in the music was unbelievable.
What?
It suddenly switches to the most like upbeat and vibrant, like Caribbean gospel music. Like it's like steel drums and just being like, I believe. And like people are legitimately getting amped in here. Andrew described it as like vacation Jesus. Like it felt like it was like vacation Jesus. And it's like, and the spirit of vacation Jesus just like took us all. And we're getting so fucking amped and like just ready for this. And then what happens is they bring out this little cart, you know, with the vaccines on it and the people in their masks and everything like that. Yeah. They're getting people's health cards and all the rest. Oh, sorry. Before I get to this, I will point out another great moment for me. For the first time in 14 months, I made a stranger laugh. Oh, my God.
Pour it on me. Yeah.
The nurse is taking our information as she goes. And Dan, our friend, our producer, is like, what? Just curious, what vaccine are we getting today? And she goes, oh, you're getting the Moderna vaccine. And then the nurse is like, yeah, a lot of people are like, you know, they want to be able to choose between the Pfizer and the Moderna. And we're like, well, we don't have the Pfizer. Like, it's kind of whatever we get today is what you're getting. And so I was just like, yes. And today the chef recommends the Moderna. It pairs very well with a red. And the nurse laughed out loud. I don't think that's that good of a joke,
just
to be clear. But I just said it and she laughed and was like, that's a good one. And I was like, oh, I haven't felt this in so long. I'm alive. And so then, okay, so getting back to it, this cart comes out and it goes to the first guy in the first row. So kind of everyone in the room is like, okay, so this cart is going to move up and down the rows and we're all going to get our vaccines. So everybody is, whether they realize it or not, are so excited about this that they're watching the first guy get his vaccine, right?
Oh my God.
So he rolls up his sleeve and like, you know, the nurse is like talking to him and stuff, asking him the questions. And she jabs him in the arm and does it. And he's just kind of like, yeah. And he's rolling his sleeve down. And then once that's done, he kind of like just looks around and then realizes that like every eye in the room is with him. Yeah. And he just kind of like looks at everyone and gives like a thumbs up, and like you could see a smile like under his mask in the eyes, and then the whole room starts applauding and cheering for this guy.
Stop.
We're losing our minds. And then like as that's happening, like 4 more carts come out from the back. It was like an Oprah, everyone's getting a car kind of moment. Like people are losing their mind. There's this like Caribbean gospel music just blaring. And we're like just getting jabbed in the arm and then like sitting there for 15 minutes. On the drive back, we were cranking music, dancing in the car. We were dancing. We were screaming Moderna out the sides of the windows. I was amped up the entire day. The entire day, I was like on 11. I have not had this level of energy forever. I was waiting for the side effects to kick in. I was like, I'm doing laundry today. I'm like in my headphones. I'm going out on the balcony and just fucking dancing and like screaming along to like these upbeat punk songs. Best mood I've been in every day. Most of it was that collective experience of cheering that guy. I am just so happy about this. That's my hero of the week.
Phenomenal hero. Phenomenal. Just some top shelf stuff.